Hi, I'm Maddie Caldwell, a senior editor at Grand Central Publishing, reporting to you live from my home office. First, I want to recommend Rachel Verona Cody's Too Much, which came out last month from us. It's a book I worked on. She is a Victorian scholar who is writing about feminism and culture and Victorian literature and how very little has actually changed since the Victorians diagnosed all women as hysterical ninnies who couldn't understand their own emotions. She's really incisive. She brings in everything from kind of pop culture to your favorite Jane Eyre quotes to, my favorite Anne of Green Gables, and really brings together how Victorian society and the cultural restrictions that women faced at the time have really set the stage for the last 100 years, proving how we haven't really gotten that much leeway in those years. We might be able to go to work, but still our emotions, our anger, our sadness, our frustration is policed by society, making us seem like crazy, too much women, even as we exhibit ourselves as brilliant, thoughtful individuals in the workplace and in relationships and at home. I first found out about The Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, which is a podcast, through a friend, and I started listening diligently to the 5 members of the group talk about how to think as a skeptical scientist would. Now, that doesn't mean being skeptical of science. It means using scientific theory to think skeptically and thoughtfully about the world around you. So I reached out to them and I said, you've got to write a book. And what they came up with is a brilliant guide to skeptical thinking. It's really a step-by-step way to kind of recalibrate your mind, starting from the ways in which our own brains really trick us into thinking things that are wrong, things like heuristics and cognitive bias, and then moving out to how we talk to other people, how we craft arguments, how we think more clearly, and finally looking at the ways in which we get media and social media telling us certain things and how we can use scientific skepticism and critical thinking to really cut through the bullshit and figure out what we think for ourselves. The last book I want to recommend is an all-time favorite of mine. It's not that old, maybe about 10 years, but it's a book that I keep thinking about a lot while I sit here in my apartment in quarantine. It is How to Live Safely in a Science Fictional Universe by Charles Yu. This book is about a time travel technician who is currently living in between times in his time travel house, one person, while he goes on different corporate time travel missions to help people from making mistakes in the past. And he's also kind of calling in to his mom and searching for his dad who disappeared in time after creating the time travel technology. But the book, although it is kind of a classic time travel sci-fi book, is also about what it means to live alone, what it means to ruminate on your own past, what it means to choose to live outside of society in this way. But also it's really freaking funny. Almost every comparison of this book talks about Douglas Adams, another favorite of mine, and kind of how somebody can take the genre of science fiction and make it philosophical and make it thought-provoking and ruminative and as kind of elevated as any other type of writing while still giving you like a bang-up funny story. And I think anybody who's kind of questioning what to do in their own time of solace would really get a chuckle at this book and also maybe feel a little bit more connected in that way that we're all looking to be right now.
Hachette.